So the increase of 50 million to 1 billion is actually a mathematical algorithm that no one has ever been able to solve. Definitely not me off the top of my head. But that's a pretty bloody big increase. I mean, that is a lot of money that's jumped up. Is that like 20x or something?
Yeah, that's a significant valuation increase. And so you're a person who does a ton in business. When someone has something that's worth a lot of money, like let's just say personally you had $50 million. What do you think you would do with your money? Most people say, oh, I'd invest it. Would you invest 50 million? Say you came up with an idea that was worth $2 million in investment. You needed $2 million, but you had 50 million. Would you go to the bank and get $2 million out and do your idea? Right now, if you had a really good idea.
It's like 50-50 split.
Yeah, 50-50 split. Yeah. I'll tell you as an investor why I would not do that. Here's why. If I took $2 million out of my bank account, or out of investments really, is what I would have to do. Guess what I would have to do first? Pay taxes. So I'm going to pay a significant loss. I'm going to have to get $3 million out to get $2 million. And I'm going to hand $1 million to the government. What do you think a guy like me or a guy like you wants to do long term? Run a company or launch a company? I'm a launcher. I'm not going to have one more good idea. I'm going to have 20 more good ideas. I don't want to run any company for the rest of my life. I want to be off the org chart. So I'm going to find somebody who I know I want on the org chart and say, hey, I got this idea. It's going to cost about $2 million. But let's just start with 100 grand. If you're willing to put in 100 grand, I'm going to give you all of my connections and my knowledge. You get the 100 grand to start it. And if it rolls, we'll get more money. If it fails, I'll go get $150,000 out of the bank, pay $50,000 in tax, and give you your 100 grand back. Because I don't want the money. I want the leader. So I find the best person possible. Now, who in this room has ever heard anybody say that's how to start a company? Never heard that before, have you? Now that you've heard it, you'll never unhear it, will you? That's how you start a company. You find the right people and get them emotionally invested in the idea, financially invested in the idea, test it out, give them a guarantee, give them a money back guarantee, because I can give them the money back guarantee, limit their risk, increase their reward, and step forward. Now you've got somebody enrolled so that as the thing starts to fly, you got a co-pilot that you can trust and you can go back and have coffee and pee.
I love that the direct response marketer's still there. And I'll give you your money back and I'll even pay the taxes on it. That's great. But I love that. And guys, this resonates so much with a lot of what I'm doing in terms of growing these companies. To echo even further what Ron said, not that you need to go even further on it. If you have 50 million in the bank and you take out 2 million into an idea, which is actually 3 million, you're limited by how many ideas you can do. Every time you take out 3 million, your investments decrease, your earning potential decreases, and you're capped on how many ideas. If every idea you launch is partnered with somebody else, and it's them that's putting in the time and or the money, you have an unlimited amount of opportunity ahead of you. And that's the whole goal in life, as far as I'm concerned, is to have unlimited opportunity. I don't want to be capped by the amount of money I have. I use my money to further my own education. I use my money to walk into rooms I can't get into any other way than with money. But I do not put my money into any of my own deals, any of my own business growth pieces. And I actually learned this from a filmmaker. It was a guy who was in LA, and he's actually the guy that taught me camera work. And this was before I met Ron. And he had all these different film ideas. He also had 11 million a year that he made. And I was like, okay, what portion of your money every year do you put into your films? He goes, nothing. I was like, what do you mean nothing? You make 11 million. And he goes, I don't put a single dollar into my own movies. And I was like, well, how can anyone trust you? If you never put your own money into a movie, why would anyone else trust you? He goes, they trust me because I've had a whole bunch of successes. He's like, but if I put my money into the deal, he goes, I get worried about spending. I'm like, do I spend it on this? Do I spend it on that? He's like, now I'm not thinking, how can we grow this? I'm thinking, how can I save money? The minute it's not my money, I don't care about where we spend it, and I do the big thing. I'm like, you know what'd be cool? If we jumped off the cliff, and everyone's like, that's gonna cost a lot of money. It's like, we've got the budget for it, because I'm not thinking, oh, that's coming out of my savings in Apple, or that, you know, and it changes the dynamic. If you are truly good at what you do, it should not be your money, and your goal should be to help people get their money back. So I love that. Okay.
I will occasionally spend my own money, but it will be on testing. Like I will do market testing to help me find the right person to bring in, or the right team of people to bring in, and have some evidence. Because if I have a really wacky idea, even I don't want to embarrass myself, I'll go test the idea out with $5,000 or $10,000, and then come back with the evidence of that's great or that was shit, and walk away from it.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's great. All right, so now hopefully you guys have got the idea, right? So we're thinking about what exactly is it that we're doing at the highest level. So it's not, you know, we've created this cool product, look at all the cool things. It's this is the deep need that the customer has and how we resolve it. Once we've got that point down, I love that messaging, by the way, on Circle. That's beautiful. What's the next phase? Okay, let's say, okay, I'm gonna make an infomercial. And I would argue infomercials are about to be more powerful now than ever before. Because once upon a time, infomercials occupied the parts of television no one used. Then we had this internet marketing age where, you know, Netflix, YouTube, they didn't have ads. Now it's back. Ads are everywhere. There are entire TV channels again on Amazon that have ads again. You know, you get these 30-second spots turn up, and it's like your program will resume in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
How does somebody go about building an infomercial?
Well, first of all, a lot of people ask me, hey, do they still make them? It's like the industry actually has only grown. It's never gotten smaller. It's gotten bigger and bigger. It's just gotten more, it's moved more from individual producers, which is what I do part-time, to corporations. You know, it's the Whedon and Kennedys of the world that are doing the work. But for any individual can do it, and you can test it out online. I think, and I test infomercials online. So there's a very simple process, which is creating a creative brief for what you're doing. So for all the, I mean, we can just outline it right now. We can just bullet point. It's weird, none of you have pen or paper, but that's fine. That again defines my age. But in your, however you take notes, this is we worthy of taking notes.
And everyone that's here, you can write on the table. The pen's in front of you. The table's a whiteboards. Go for it.
So you go, what do we do? Like just generally, this is what we do. This is what we think we do. And you're going to refine this as you go. Then you go, what is the problem? 2 sentences. This is the problem in the world. What is our solution? 2 sentences. Your solution cannot include your competitors, and it can't include the problem. Your solution has to be your solution. We do this. Then the USP. What makes us unique? You need a unique selling proposition. You put that down, leave it blank for now. You don't know what it is yet. Just skip over it. The next thing you want to do is list your features and your benefits in 2 vertical columns, features and benefits. The reason why is because you sell features mentally because you're the business owner, you're the inventor, but your clients and customers buy benefits. They don't buy features. So list all of your features, get your barf out, get it all out. We got this, we're better than our competitors because we got all this shit. List all that, do it. Then next to it, what is the benefit that feature delivers? List of benefits. Every feature probably delivers 2 or 3 benefits actually. And you'll have a list of benefits. Now go, who needs what? Circle benefits. Like what are the top 3 or 4 benefits that are really needed? Because you're going to come up with a lot. Just come up with the top 3 or 4 because you can't speak to the whole ocean. You're going to speak to a few people to start. We'll get to the rest of it later in the business as it grows. Let's get our core audience. So what is that? Then you go to audience. Who are the 3 avatars that need those benefits? Then what order do they need them in? Because everybody needs those 3 or 4 benefits, but they need them in a different order, most likely. So now I've got my 3 benefits with 3 audience members that I'm going to speak to. Now I can go back and do my USP. What I deliver is I deliver benefit 1, benefit 2, and benefit 3.